and the front porch overhang is what allows it by the Home and Housing Administration to be called a cross mod instead of a mod.
Okay. That's interesting.
Kind of a cheap, it's super nice.
Is it?
Skirting the wording.
Yeah, no pun intended, right?
Right.
Back to walking now. But, you see that thing.
It's really nice inside. There's a.
Went to eat, I was watching like a little man.
8x9.
It's long distance, can't see. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Will everybody please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gallagher.
Here.
Callaghan.
Here.
Colts. Here. Scarborough.
Here.
Showers.
Here.
Freeman.
Okay, let the record reflect that we do have a quorum. Thank you all. And I'll entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
I move we approve the consent agenda with 2 minor changes.
And those are,
Down for the 2 ordinance or bills that we passed, you have Mayor Flippin directed Clerk Chapman. And I know you worked to get all those out of those 2 because she wasn't here. So change that to Mayor Pro Tem. That's all the changes or the corrections.
is there a second?
Second,
Okay,
with a slight correction. I wish to enter closed session to discuss the personnel agenda. So I recommend that we include the prior meeting minutes, the expense reports or the expenses, and then delay the approval of the personnel agenda. Just for us to have a discussion like immediately after this about that, so we can be informed and then come back out.
okay, John, will you take his?
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Okay. Call the roll.
Gallagher.
Yes.
Callaghan. Yes. Colts.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Showers.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes. All right.
I move that we enter closed session under RSMO 610-021 subsection 3. And I believe 13. Both of those relate to individual employees.
Okay. Anyone do a second?
Second. Gallagher.
Yes.
Callaghan. Yes. Colts.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Showers.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes. All right. We'll be back out.
That's kind of long. Hopefully they won't be that very long.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it wasn't as hard.
I say more, 75.
The only time I would be able to do it, I think, is this evening, because with my client schedule, they'll still be doing the grass, so. And then I work late enough where it's like, it's with the weeds mixed in with a little bit of grass I've got. They just grow each
Yeah.
way, so I gotta
Make sure early.
both directions.
Suck off.
So I gotta mow it basically twice each time I mow to make it look,
Right.
you know, so it's like, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna try to get that done tonight. Otherwise, because I think we're supposed to get rain Wednesday and Thursday,
Thursday night and Friday.
so.
So how did the whole, firehouse thing go with the kids and all that?
Great.
Did it?
Mhm.
Good. Have you
I was
turned out?
actually out of town, so one of my assistant chiefs was actually, he ordered, he did everything. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Great.
One of the
And, he said they thought they probably had 50 kids.
Garages.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. We've had open houses before and we don't have a sparse turnout, you know, so that was good.
Yeah.
Salt truck.
Did they advertise it anywhere different than they had in the past?
And this is the flyer.
There's a
Oh,
little
really?
internal
Okay.
garage that has
Yeah.
Good.
asphalt pad, rock salt, snow blowers. What else? And then the rest of the building has police evidence storage. Storage for admin. And I don't think fire's got anything in there.
Not that we need.
But yeah.
You guys ought to have enough storage now, huh?
Storage and public works.
Yeah, well, you know what, it's crazy, I mean, I find it, if you got storage, you use it, so.
Do they still have any stuff at the old station?
That's what we were just talking, there might be some, I don't know.
The only stuff I remember you guys did still have down there was in that little tiny closet.
Can't read that much.
And I don't know, and then didn't Jared take over the old chief office too?
I don't know.
Yeah, we had 2 rooms. 3.
I think he's got the old living room, day room,
Yeah,
and Stinson's old office.
yeah.
Which, what sucks about that is the thermostat is in the evidence room,
Oh, is it? Is that where it's at?
and we can't get in there.
Will that change?
Well, so I know one of the AC units went out. But, you know, for years they've been talking about selling that property. But that was originally that was supposed to coincide with the developments, the potential developments on the old R&L property. And then the reason they bought City Lot was for a future public works building there. But, so they were gonna sell where the old fire station and public works is. So they didn't want to spend much money either on the parking lot, which is horrible, or fixing the AC. But they don't want to build a public works building at City Lot until the fire station's paid off. Which there's some years left on that.
There's how many years?
I don't know exactly.
2034,
You know what it is?
3 more years.
Has it even been any?
Has it been 8? I think so, yeah. It's, I think that's about what it is. I think it's about 8 years old.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's what, 114,000 a year?
Yeah, they're paying extra. I think I think the note was like 105, but they pay more on
I know it comes out of my budget.
it.
Lucky me.
Yeah, 2020, I was just, yeah, I saw the tape the other day.
But that's a long-term plan. I probably won't be here when it happens.
When are you gonna retire?
I'm 60,
Yeah.
so
Is it like 62, 65, 67, 80?
yeah.
65, you get your medical, right? You're gonna get that at 62.
No, I think it's Medicare 65.
Yeah, I'll be working for a while longer, somewhere here, somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard to slow down.
I feel like if you slow down or as much as always gotta be doing something, I'd have to have like a bunch of hobbies.
You talked to Rodney at all?
Yeah, he stops by once in a
Or
while.
does he? I've seen him a couple times.
She usually stops by and he's like, hey, could I throw something?
You doing okay?
Sure.
Yeah, good.
Nice to be full staff. We're getting some stuff done. Mowing still bogs us down, but we're able to do stuff quicker as it gets called in. But every day still priorities change.
Yeah.
You know, we always have a list of stuff to do, but, you know, if it comes from one of them, then it goes to the top of the list.
Yeah. Like street signs, street names.
Yeah, I don't have those yet. I don't know what's going
What
on.
did you?
Are your street names changing?
No, they're putting up the new big sign.
High reflective.
It's all caps. I think the other one's all caps, but the sign, the lettering is bigger and different, isn't it?
It's bigger, and the current signs that haven't been replaced are not reflective.
Oh, okay.
If you drive, the only thing done so far is north of Pleasant Valley Road from the west end or in High Ridge over to Chad's.
Oh, really? You got
So
that far?
all of High Ridge, North Elm, Chatty, Lee, North Brookside, Flippin,
That's good.
Little
It's a
Lane,
little shop.
Arno,
Yeah.
Jazz, Michael, Jazz Circle. And then I just ordered everything south of Pleasant Valley Road from the west end or southbound all the way to Church,
Down.
South Church.
Oh, okay.
All that, Walnut, Oak, Pine.
Ripping the Ordinance.
I have not ordered meat. And I know that's south, Pleasant Valley Road. That's its own little island. But we'll pick up. When I get the bill for what I ordered, I'll know how much money I got left. And if I can, that will only lead me to go to the Bean area on the other side of the highway. Kale, Stewart, Catherine Bales.
So what are they talking about in there? Any idea?
I don't know.
I got here as they were walking
They don't
outside.
say.
What they were looking at.
It's a good person.
End of 2027 is the deadline for the higher reflector. last I heard, they changed the date like 15 times.
You know, I thought it was supposed to be a few years ago. The first.
Well, because originally they said all cities in Missouri have to replace them by, it was like 2022.
Yeah, it was around COVID.
Yeah, and then a lot of the big cities said, do you know how much money it will cost us
Yeah.
to replace every sign in our city? We can't do it right now, just simply from a budget standpoint. So they said, all right, and then they pushed it ahead 2 years. And there are still issues. So then they said, basically they threw their hands up and said, just get it done. They put something out like, we'd like to see it done by 27. So I'll make 27. But it's just like when they said they were gonna change the speed limits on the highways. Yeah, it's all great, but when you add up all the speed limit signs, it's like millions of dollars. It's like, why bother?
Look at the prisoners for.
For that amount. Oh,
What do they want to take the speed limit to?
I forget what it was.
75?
There's some that,
They did change it on 70 between Blue Springs and wherever.
Yeah.
Like Sweet Springs or something. Or maybe it's like Green Valley or something. It's gonna be 75 to there.
It's gonna be, it's not posted though.
Not yet.
They just won't write you a ticket.
But I mean, you know, if they change it to 75, then everybody's gonna do 85. If they lower it to 70, everybody's gonna do 80.
79.
The signs for the off ramps and stuff. Some of those you can't even hardly read. You know, all the reflective is gone.
Where at?
Oh, I'm just talking about all over the place, you know. Maybe not the exits. Well, no, it's the exits.
It was probably 10 years ago. We took down every sign in town and repainted them. But we didn't paint
You
them,
repainted them?
every one of them. Painted them.
So I know.
And it brightened
You
them
didn't know
up.
where you were going. If you're getting off a highway somewhere, you can't read half of those signs. Half.
Like anytime or at night.
Night and, well, I guess during the day you can because there's
In
no
the-
shadowing on
You
it.
talking about in Pleasant Valley?
Mine's Pleasant Valley all over, it seems like.
Oh, that, well, that's part of the reason why they make that.
Yeah.
I think we may have a couple stragglers, but I'm pretty sure all of our regulatory signs, not street name signs, but any other sign, stop.
I'm talking with the big green, freeway, whatever. You get off, like, let's say, south of the Parkway.
Those you saying are hard to see?
Well,
You'll know when-
I'd have to go out and look here now.
No,
But other places. I
You'll
don't
know
get
when
off
you-
this off ramp, I get off the right away.
you'll know when you see one that's higher reflective. It's like, it definitely shines.
So, we need to do the real thing about this, so that the population is good. Aren't we less than 3,000?
The one on the highway is not gonna change.
Oh,
Fixing the.
sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I move that we exit closed session.
Second.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Callagher,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
I move that we approve the personnel recommendations, the personnel agenda changes for July 6th and July 20th.
A second. Any discussion?
Yeah, because the motion was still on the floor to approve the consent agenda. Is this as part of the consent agenda to include that?
Do you want to make the,
We voted on the consent agenda separately already, right?
It was a as amended.
Okay, with the
yeah, we
exclusion.
voted on it.
We did vote on it?
We did
Okay.
this?
That must be.
You said yes.
I did. Not bad.
Everybody makes it. All right, clerk call the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Callaghan,
Yes.
Colts. Yes. Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes. All right. I have no mayor's comments for this evening. We have no professional people here, okay? Public comments?
I do have a question, and I don't know if you guys can talk about it tonight or not, but you had in the past been talking about the park board and dissolving it, and I didn't know, so I've been coming to the meetings, I haven't heard the final results of that. So I was just
We
kind of.
did resolve it. We put the park, we took the park board out, and then in place of it, the aldermen are handling the park events. Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we have a targeted committee for the Christmas event, correct?
We're working on it, yes.
I thought we
Applications
approved.
are open, yes.
Okay,
Yes, we've asked for applications from the community. They can be a part of that as well.
Where do you have that listed at? Is it on the website?
It was,
Would you like an application?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering where it's listed so other people could see it as well.
I think it's on the website. If it's not, it will be.
Thank you.
okay. And Sharon, I need to talk to you after the meeting, please.
Okay.
Alderman comments.
I will
Yes.
I got a phone call before the 4th from Mary Stamberger,
Stamberger, yes.
uh,
Ward,
Ward,
your ward.
Ward 1, she's on North Elm. Talking mainly about fireworks and her disdain for fireworks. And she kind of went on and on about it. It's like, she called me the day before the 4th. It's like, we can't do anything. I talked to her again on the 7th or 8th. And all she talked about was there were M80s everywhere, and they're illegal, and all of this aerial fireworks is illegal, and the police aren't doing anything because they've been instructed to not do anything. And I said, the police can't do anything unless they see somebody lighting.
Yeah, how are you gonna enforce it?
Yeah, it's difficult the way it's written now to enforce it, but I just wanted this in the minutes that we're gonna look for potential viable solutions. Banning fireworks in the United States of America is not gonna happen. That's my opinion, but I just wanted to get it into the minutes that I did talk to her. And I talked to Jared briefly about it, but just food for thought for you, sir. See if you come up with any brainstorm ideas on what we can do
I mean, either you like them or you don't. And
Either.
the same people are gonna call and complain anyway.
to,
And unfortunately, if we did ban fireworks with how surrounded by Kansas City and where else, they call and complain on nothing we can do anyway, because 95% of the complaints happen in Kansas City as it is.
Yeah.
It's not even our residents.
And it's, obviously, you guys know, it's not isolated, Pleasant Valley.
Oh, no, it's not, definitely. And we'd have to put an officer on every street to try and manage it, and that's not feasible.
It's actually illegal in Kansas City.
Yeah, but they still shoot off. They still shoot off.
But it is illegal.
So
in
that's
Kansas
all
It
I
is, I
have,
forgot about
Matthew.
that.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're in the same boat. They're not.
No.
And murder's illegal too.
That's all- Matthew, that's all I have.
Okay.
I wanted to piggyback on Sharon's comment. Clerk, Chapman, do you mind sending the Parks and Recreation, or the Christmas, quote unquote, committee form by email, and even putting it in the next newsletter so that there's transparency.
Okay.
That's the key thing. That's what I'm hearing. And even on our ride by board on Sobey and Pleasant. So people are aware that they can gain access to that if they want to serve on the committee.
Good point, Stephanie. Okay.
I do have a question as well. It was just a comment made by another Ward 1 resident. Is there anything in the future as far as adding streetlights to any of the roads here in Kansas City or in Pleasant Valley,
So
additional streetlights?
there was a study done years ago that prompted additional lights added. And then not too long ago, of course, time flies, we added streetlights on the straightaway that brings you here, South Church, from Pleasant Valley Road to this building. That was after MoDOT completed the interchange project and officially deeded that property over to us at the end of the project. And we set up for streetlights installed there. I've done numerous studies on our streetlights, which included measuring the spacing on pretty much every street. You can do it yourself if you measure out between streetlights and then you go over here to Crystal, just to the west outside past High Ridge. You go into Crystal and take measurements of those streetlights. They're identical to ours. So we match, as we speak, we match other cities. And I guess you could also then say that we match engineering criteria, if you will. There's only a couple things that prompt shortening the distance, and that's in front of schools, playgrounds, that sort of thing. So, but I mean, we can add as many streetlights as you guys want, but the bill is pretty intense, because we have an agreement with Evergy that they maintain and obviously charge us for the electricity. They'd love for you to get information and put more in, just to make a fortune off of it.
Okay,
So, yeah.
thank you.
Anything else? Alderman comments? All right, old business? Administration.
I provided a written report. Unless there were questions, I had one thing to add, unless, Patrick, were you planning on addressing the fire station loan payment?
Yes.
I can let you do it, and unless there are questions, I didn't have anything else.
Fire department.
I should have a written report in your packet on updated run report. You have any questions on that? And then I would just also add, I'd like to thank my Assistant Chief, Scott Williams, who organized and handled the kids at the fire station event last weekend. And I know, speaking with the mayor, that she got some good comments, and so it was a good event, and and I can take no credit for it, so.
Well, it was very well received in the community, and they're hoping that you guys do that again and maybe add a couple of things, other dates to it, because kids are out of school during the summer, and that's a great place to have them in an organized fashion. Okay? Kramer,
My turn.
yes.
I guess you guys got the car report. Other than that, I don't have anything, so. You guys have anything for me?
Question,
Mm-hmm.
are all the stolen autos that are happening from the rent-a-car place running out of church?
Are all of the stolen autos? Yeah, probably, I said majority of our stolen autos happen from there, yeah.
Is there occupation license required for that business? Because it's just individuals renting their individual cars. isn't
Pretty
it?
much, yeah, a lot of them are.
That's skirting our business license a bit.
I think that was looked at
Was it?
There was
beyond
some-
3 years ago. But we can take a look at it again.
Well, just that. I don't know how much resources get tied up for a stolen auto, because
I mean, majority of the time, they have trackers on them, so they find them pretty quick.
Well, they're always found in Kansas City or in.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah. One was found in California. But,
Really?
yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was just a question on that. I was guessing that they were the bulk of them from that.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a pain, but it is what it is. Thank you.
Okay, nothing from the court. Public Works.
I just had what I had passed out to you guys. Sorry, Dean asked me what day, John asked me what streets are we paving. I thought, I don't know. I
Share
could,
with us all.
I could have been more detailed on that, but the ditch is the left side of Pleasant Valley Road as you're going up the hill before the four-way stop. It's a continuation of a ditch we have already done. And it's been on the list for a while. Probably like 4 or 5 years or more. We weren't able to do it for multiple reasons. The main one being you have to have 4 people to meet our city's insurance requirements for working the road and meeting. So we don't get ourselves in trouble anyway if somebody gets hurt. You gotta, even on that road at 35 miles an hour, and probably any firefighter or EMT person or officer will tell you the same, that you gotta watch people, they'll run you over. Anyway, want to get that done, and then that allows us to get the backhoe to get fixed. The streets we're doing are Leona, Laverne, Hines, Kale from Fulton to Chaz, and possibly Sobey from Pleasant Valley Road to Kale. And the only reason I say that last stretch is we tagged on to a purchase agreement that Tandem had with Platte County, and he gave me a bid. And that allows us to not put it out for bid and pay city engineer a bunch of money. Then after that, Tandem also picked up a bid from Lee Summit. And those numbers vary. So Nick called me and he said, hey, I got to thinking, I can run the number. He ran the numbers under the Platte County bid and gave me the bid for the original roads. Then he ran the numbers under the Lee Summit bid, and he said, I think I can save you some money, or in his words, do some more streets for you. So I said, 17,000. I'm like, you can barely get a driveway done for 17,000. So, and then I would have to get a bid from, go back to Road and Street, get them to approve whatever roads we would do, then come to you all and get you to approve it as well before I can get it back to Nick, and Nick has to get it scheduled. I was worried about it pushing the project into 27 and not getting done this year, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would leave those roads, that stretch of Kale from Fulton, certainly to Orchard, and Hines are probably the two worst streets in the city right now, other than the situation on Sobey, at Orchard, and Brenta. And those both require some stormwater work before if we were to mill it and lay asphalt, it'd be a waste of money, because those two spots would tear up the new asphalt. So in 2027, I'm gonna have Ron engineer some stormwater inlets added to fix those two things, and then we'll do the asphalt, either as part of this stormwater project or separate. However we look at the pots that we have of money. Anyway, he's looking at, today, we talked this morning, he's looking at what it would be to do Pleasant Valley Road on Sobey to Kale. That squares off that whole area, if you know that area. I think he's gonna come back and tell me 32,000 or something. Then I thought, well, can I do public works parking lot? And I don't even think, this one was like 50,000 out here. This is bigger. And ours has some base issues and stuff. And I can't even imagine the calls I get if I did public works parking lot. So anyway, it'll have to be done at some point, or wait until it's no longer ours. But I'll get these numbers back, see where we're at, and then go from there. It may end up that we do those original roads and we save ourselves 17 grand, or might add something on.
And you're going back to Road and Street? The special road district?
I would either have to come to you all and ask for more than the 100,000 that was budgeted, or I would have to go to Road Street and ask them for more than they agreed to contribute. Either way, normally the routine has always been go through Road and Street, get their blessing.
You mean the special road district?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Yes. And then come to you all, get your blessing, and then the project gets scheduled.
Okay.
What else we got? The sidewalk, two worst spots in town, the dog leg down here, and the thing on Brenda that looks like Eagle Knievel's ramp, and bulky item, pretty self-explanatory. Any other questions about any of that? That's all I got.
Okay, finance. Patrick.
You guys, good evening. Okay, so you have a budget report, a couple of notes on the charts. Let me scroll to this chart real quick. Running difference between actual income and expenses. You'll notice that it narrowed. I did do the calculation because it looks like it's missing from it. Our difference, so income over expenses, is 275,000, whereas last year it was 326. That is largely driven by an uptick in expenses over the last month, but we're still exceeding something we're watching. Matthew and I are watching that. The second thing I wanted to mention, well, the second thing, three things. So second thing is a decision by the board tonight. Our annual payment of the fire station is up in like the next couple of days, right? 22nd, thank you, 2 days from now. The amount of that payment is, the minimum payment is $105,000. Historically, over the last several years, we have paid $114,000. There are a number of large ticket items that we're looking at over the next 5 years. The biggest being the pumper. Looking at probably close to over $1 million and wanting to give ourselves options for financing for that. So one option that we have is increasing the amount of equity that the city has in the station. So based off of its current assessed value, which we don't know that right now, we won't know that until we have the property appraised. If it is at that 1.5, 1.6 million, which was roughly what the purchase amount was back in 2015, 2016, we currently owe 922,000-ish, 922,000-ish.
Prior to the payment.
Correct. So we're going to break 800,000 here after the payment. What that gives us is if we increase our payments over the next couple of years, we are on track to pay off the station by 2031, which is just right after when we're looking to increase our payment. So having a very low value to or loan to value ratio gives us a broader margin to refinance the station and put the totality of that cost on a simple loan using the value of the fire station as the basis. Alternatives, that's not the only way to finance a large expense. One of the other ways is like a lease to sell, where we use the value of the pumper itself as collateral. We are looking over the next couple of months, couple of years, to get details on what that financing looks like and what the difference in cost is going to look like between paying cash, leveraging the value of our fire station, and leveraging the value of the pumper that we select. All that to say, the money that is currently going to be used for the payment on the fire station is in CDs. Our CD rate is higher than our interest rate on the loan repayment. So right now, our average rate of return on CDs is about 3.8%. Annually, it varies. Some of them are higher, some of them are lower. But the cost, the APR on our mortgage payments is 3%. So we earn more having the money sit in a CD rather than in paying off debt. The value of that, it yields probably about $10,000 or so annually versus being used to pay off debt. I think that increasing our payment to $150 balances those two things, retaining the value of the interest that we earn in our investment accounts, but still paying off the fire station 5 years early. Our current rate, if we continue at 114,000, we'll pay it off by 2035. So we shave about 4 years off. So there's a motion that's going to drive this. I move that the payment made for the fire station loan repayment total $150,000 this year.
For 2026.
For 2026, the one we're going to make in 2 days.
Any questions, further discussion?
I'd like some clarity. I wanted to make sure, you kept saying pumper.
Yep.
What do you mean by that?
So that is what people think. It's the quintessential fire truck. It doesn't have a ladder, it carries water, and it pumps water onto fires.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. And the other thing is, by us increasing the payment from 114,000 to 150,000, that's basically a $46,000.
36, I think.
Wait a minute, 36. I'm off by 6,000. So by increasing it to $36,000 a month, that will put us in a better
A year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. but I'm just trying to make sure I understand the map and, that this would put us in paying the pumpa, faster than, from 2031 versus 2035.
It gives us a better loan balance for leveraging the equity that we have in our paid value on the station. So by 2030, which is around the time that we're looking to purchase something, 2029, 2030, somewhere around that time. You correct me if I'm wrong, Chief. Okay, so around that time, if we continue our $114,000 payments, our estimated loan, like the amount we still would owe, would be about $400,000, $500,000-ish. If we increase it to $150,000 per year, our estimated amount remaining would be like $180,000. So that gives us, then you just like figure out the value of the station, which is probably greater than 1.5 million-ish, which is what we purchased it for. The change in value of the property, change in value of the building itself. A lot of changes in property values has happened over the last 10 years. So if we were to have it valued, we don't know what it would be. It might be more than 1.6 million. So what we're trying to do is give ourselves a wide ditch. I don't know words. They're hard to
Yeah,
have.
I think that's.
A wider spread in the amount of leverageable equity that we have in the value of the station.
And by having that gap or, that spacing in between, we could use that to leverage for other projects, if I'm understanding
Large ticket items, because to leverage the equity in the station requires almost a refinance, and we don't want to be doing that on
Yeah.
a super frequent basis. So
okay,
it's very targeted for this one very large ticket item. But there's nothing saying that at the same time, we don't refinance for a large amount for something else. It gives us options. That's my biggest message here. It gives us options to have a lower loan amount in 2030.
I just hope we, I like the idea, I just hope we don't get to a point like we're in a scenario of like, oh, we have this extra funds and we're gonna refinance it, and then we start snowballing. I like the idea, that's my caveat would be just make sure that we're really wise in how we do this, and by building this extra equity and paying things off.
Yeah, we are definitely, from an admin perspective, I'm not gonna throw words in your mouth, but Reen is very keen on giving future boards, because this is 5 years from now. Who's to say I'm on the board or any of us are on the board? We're all, at-large people, elected officials. So what we're doing is laying the groundwork for future boards to have options. It's better to have more options than fewer.
So the extra money that we're paying is going toward principal.
Yes, it's principal payments only, which improves the amount of interest that we end up paying.
And I'm sure there's no penalty for paying it off.
There's no prepayment penalty. And there's no balloon payment either.
We'll call the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Callaghan,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
Last thing that I had, sorry, I said there were 3 things. There's actually 4. We covered 2 of them. I promise I'm moving fast. Sales and use tax income, I just wanted to make a note. Our sales tax numbers are increased over any of our prior 3 years, which is promising. Our use tax is in line with 2024. No big issues there. However, the combined amount is slightly below 25 because 25 was bolstered by a large increase in use tax. So again, another number that we're watching. We are on track. You see the blue line kind of skirting with the green line. We're largely on track with the performance, the income performance on sales and use tax that we did last year, which keep in mind is higher than both of the prior 2 years. And the absolute last thing that I had, I promise there's not a fifth yet, is we are coming up on the time that we start talking about budgets. So here in September-ish is about the time that we start talking to department heads and gathering initial numbers. And a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes to start preparing for the 27 budget. So start looking out for communications related to that. And then typically we start bringing in the finance committee in October so that we can have a budget approved in November, by like the last meeting in November is what we're shooting for. So that's our schedule of activity over the next couple of months. Just laying the groundwork in preparation for that.
Okay.
That's all I have.
New business. All right, let's go to the consideration of ordinances. And Matthew, would you please read Council Bill number 3661?
An ordinance amending sections 303, 304, and 311, leave benefits to the City of Pleasant Valley personnel manual.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the council bill on the first and place it on the second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on what you have before you?
I will just proffer that this is related to the changes to vacation accrual rates, vacation pay, the carryover amounts, and sick leave payouts when individuals are separated from the city. We've been talking about this for about 3 months or so now, and this bill is a result of that communication collaboration between the personnel committee, the mayor, and city clerk.
Clerk call roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Halligan,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Council Bill 3661.
An ordinance amending sections 303, 304, and 311, leave benefits to the City of Pleasant Valley personnel manual.
So moved.
Becky, did you do that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we're taking the Council Bill 3661 and putting it on the second and adopting it as ordinance number 3660. Sorry, guys. Okay, discussion.
Of course, I mentioned something totally different on the second reading of it. The only thing I wanted to mention was, as the personnel committee and the smaller Tiger Team committee tackled this topic, one of the things that was kind of our guiding light, North Star, is ensuring that what people have accrued up to the point that the change is being proposed and implemented, is that value is retained. So this does not take anything that is earned away from people that have already earned it. I want to stress that this changes future accrual, but it does not change the value that people have earned to date. And one thing that I wanted to clarify with Clerk Chapman is the implementation date. So the date is left unfilled in the policy. What date is going to be put into section 311?
Do you want to do it the first of the month, like August 1st?
I'd say it should start at the beginning of the next payroll.
Right, doing it at the start of the payroll period would be helpful.
August 3rd.
I think August 3rd would be appropriate.
Awesome. I just want to make sure that as we approve it, we put in the date, August 3rd. I think that's the only placeholder entry in there, so.
So does that mean, we need to amend the motion to add the August 3rd date as the implement date?
I think that would be wise.
So move to add that,
Are you the first?
I will.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Second, okay. So we're adding August 3rd is our start date. Clerk, call the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Callaghan,
Yes.
Folds,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
All right, motion is approved. I will also entertain a motion to adjourn.
So are we talking about this one?
No, it just goes with the minutes as an attachment.
In that case, motion to adjourn.
Okay, who did the first and second?
Second.
Okay, Dean
Dean Patrick.
and Patrick second. Okay, clerk call the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Callaghan,
Yes.
Folds,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Showers,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Chris, I also need to see you after I see Sharon.
Monday's over.
But you can.
So let me shut this off real quick.
Karen,
I'm